All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Track Talk Podcast. We are your hosts, Emma and Hannah. We're back for an off week recap. Off week recap. Wow. I think I did say it
You did.
correctly the first time, but it sounded wrong. Um,
Okay.
there's motorsport news,
Hmm.
there's terrible news, and then there's like the season going forward. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. And before we start, I want to put something out there for the audience. Um, and I'm gonna clip this immediately when I get home.
Okay.
So you're in the States right now filming. Not filming, what? You're in the States right now, school. They're filming a movie in Winnipeg right now.
Yeah.
Violet Violet Night 2. So the first one was filmed in Winnipeg, the second one's now being filmed here. And Kristen Bell is in the movie. And so this is because we know she's a Formula One fan and she loves Yuki. She likes Red Bull. This is my official invite to get her on the show. Kristen Bell, we're literally based in Winnipeg. Just come on the show. Thank you so much. That's all I'm
Kristen, this is us shooting our shot.
That's it.
Like, actually,
That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
please.
Guys, just tag her when I clip this. Thank you. She's gonna be like, what? I don't know how like Instagram notifications work for like people who are like no like verified and like famous and everything, but I'm hoping she sees this.
I think it's wishful thinking, but if
Doesn't
she
hurt.
does, how much of a story would that be?
Exactly. Doesn't hurt.
She
Anyway,
just shows up to
that's
your mom's house.
that's what I wanted to start with. That's it.
Oh my God, I love that. She's like, why is Jake Gyllenhaal on the wall behind you guys?
He's actually right there. Wait,
Yeah, she's not there anymore.
he's somewhere else.
Honestly, for those of you who don't know, we have another lost episode in which mid-recording, Emma and I realized that Emma's mom had been hiding things in our background display. And I think we talked about Jake Gyllenhaal, but we never really like talked about it. He was there for months,
I had no idea.
and we had no idea.
Is it here? There's the I actually don't know where the photo of him went, but yeah,
That's
like
okay.
he was just right hanging out here. There's a photo of me from
Yeah, you can't really see it because of the glare from the window, but
from grade four.
there
There's
was
an Elmo on one of the posters there.
Elmo.
Yappa Rat, she had printed out, matched the font of one of these posters perfectly. Um,
Perfect.
yeah, that's what my mom did. And I love
It made for a very funny clip that unfortunately never saw the light of day.
that. The audio, oh, did the audio go?
No,
I don't even know.
it just never got edited.
Okay, anyway, moving on.
Okay, moving on.
Um, some sad news. Lewis
I'm actually devastated.
Yeah. Lewis Hamilton's beloved dog, Roscoe, has sadly passed away. We don't need to spend too much time talking about it because like it's such a we're me and Hannah are both dog people. Like we've had to
Mhm.
say I don't know if you've had to ever say bye to a dog before, but like I have, and it's like so it's painful.
Oh
Um
yeah.
and so like his post, his all of his photos, videos was just like everyone knew and loved Roscoe in the paddock. Like
Yeah.
he was just a figure in his own alongside Lewis. So it's just sad. And so our thoughts and our love is with Lewis.
And anybody else who loved Roscoe, because we know that everybody in the paddock did. And that was literally his son. Like I was trying to explain this to my
Yeah.
mom. Like that was Roscoe was Lewis's son. And there's some comfort in knowing that Roscoe is now with Coco
Mm.
because Coco passed a few years back. Obviously it's like silver linings and it's still horrible, especially because it just seems like it was really traumatic. Like it was his heart stopped during a surgery and there was a couple days that he was in a coma and then you have this like hope of maybe he'll wake up and Lewis posted, everyone hoping or making asked for people to keep Roscoe and him in their thoughts and prayers when he was still in a coma. And I just like was so sick. I think Two Girls One Formula, now see you on the internet pod, they actually hosted a manifesting like hour where they just manifest, and so many people joined it, just manifest that Roscoe would get better. So like Emma said, we won't spend too much time on it because obviously, like, it's so heartbreaking. And like you said, Emma, like anybody who knows how it feels to lose a pet, like, we don't need to tell you how heartbreaking it is. You feel that. So, just like thoughts and prayers. And honestly, like, my cousin sent me a text yesterday. He's a Formula One fan, and he was like, Lewis is winning Singapore. And I was like, yeah, no, you're totally right.
Yeah, I could see it. For Roscoe,
Totally.
absolutely.
And the helmet, I'm just like, I know a helmet's coming.
Oh, I didn't even think about a helmet. Like
Well,
just
I'm
tribute
assuming.
to his boy. Oh God.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be horrible and so emotional to watch. But we wish the best for Lewis. And we are looking ahead to Singapore, which is this coming weekend.
Do you
Singapore is,
remember Singapore last year? Because it was kind of boring. It was kind of a boring race. It wasn't, I think like the most dramatic thing that happened was Lewis was put on soft tires while everyone else around him started on mediums. And Singapore is typically like a one-stop race. And so Lewis, he was complaining the whole time about being screwed over pretty much. But Lando got pulled and Lando ended up winning. There was some battle for Max and Lando at some point, but like I remember, like I don't know why, but I looked up to just to see qualifying and who won, and then I was like, oh yeah, this race actually wasn't very exciting, but that's just my opinion.
maybe that's, yeah, I don't remember to be honest, but I obviously saw the stats when I looked it up to preview it, but I think I do love Singapore. I love that track. And one of our most listened to episodes came after a Singapore race. Actually, I think our most listened to episode. So I'm hoping for a good race. I'm hoping for an exciting race. I love a night race. Nothing makes me happier. So I don't know. Like we'll see. I'm really hoping that the Ferraris can continue on the trajectory that they ended Baku. Well, Baku was hit or miss, but I feel like they had a good groove for like the weekend as a whole. And they just have been getting a little bit better as the season progresses. So I'm really hoping it's Lewis's race, actually. I'm hoping he takes it. Um, is that wishful thinking? I'm not sure. Is it going to be Oscar Piastri's like comeback race after DNFing? I guess we see now because it hasn't happened. I guess we see, it hasn't happened so long, how Oscar reacts to that happening, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Like, yeah, he had a it was a Baku was horrible for him, and just McLaren in general. I as much as I want Lewis to win this race, like why wouldn't I? I do think we're gonna see Oscars come back, and I think we're gonna see. I just see it happening. I think there's just gonna be another mess up with Lando's race or strategy somehow, and like he's just ultimately like he's just gonna let the championship go. Like that's such what I
You
think.
think that's just where we're headed at this point?
Yeah, I think the championship, if it's not Oscar, it's Max. It's definitely not Lando anymore. Which is like bold to say. I
A
just,
little bit.
and I want it to be Lando over Oscar, but I would want it to be Max over Oscar. Wait, let me reword that. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Because I would want it to be a McLaren driver winning the championship, but I want
Yeah.
it to be Lando. And if it can't be Lando, then I want it to be Max.
I think that's fair. I think it's bold to say that you don't think that Lando has a shot because mathematically, and as time has proven he definitely does, but I understand what you're saying where he's had like a couple really tough goes. And as we know of Lando Norris, he just when things are tough, it seems hard for him to climb out of things.
He just,
And
yeah,
I
he gets
guess
in his
that's
head.
something that we a little bit. Well, I mean, I think yeah, yes, he gets in his head, but for him, it's almost like a domino like effect of like when things are bad, it's not even just him. It's like he had those two terrible pit stops. Like sometimes it's things that he can't control, but like I just think that it's always like a domino effect with him. Like when things are bad, they're bad. So do I want it to be a bad weekend for Lando? No, I want this championship race to be extended. But we'll see. And we'll see, like I said, how Oscar responds to his terrible weekend because we haven't seen that very much from Oscar. And he has that Max Verstappen kind of like fuck you mentality without actually like being outwardly aggressive, where it's just like if something bad happens, he's coming back better the next race. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll see.
100%. I see it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can we
I was
talk about
gonna say,
Max?
speaking of Max, okay, like I don't know the series that he raced in, so if you know it, do you know what it was?
He just raced GT3.
Was that it?
I don't
Okay.
know what like I mean the cars are GT3, so I
Max Verstappen participated in a series that isn't Formula One, and won the race. So it was it an endurance race?
yeah, it was an endurance race. I just don't know how long it was. But okay, so it is so the yes, the cars are GT3. The series is GT World Challenge Europe Endurance Cup. And so he has the team in it, Verstappen.com Racing. The teammate that he won with, he does race for that team. His name is Chris Lullam. So our race, it was at the Nürburgring, and it was, you know, what's interesting is that it's like a Red Bull liveried Ferrari.
Okay, because he was driving a Ferrari. The
Yeah.
Ferrari 296 GT3 is what it was. And it's like, I mean, it's pretty decked out car, which I love. But I love that he won a race in a Ferrari. I also just love that Max is just proving that he's a great driver. It doesn't matter what he's driving. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I loved about him participating in this.
If you had a doll that said an automated message, it would be, he's a great driver.
Why?
You say it all the time.
Well, he is a great driver.
For some reason, it just makes me giggle. He's a great driver.
He, do you want me to use another word? Or is that what you're looking for? Should I use another word?
Sometimes you do, but great is your most used. But anyways, I
He's
think
a
that'd be fun.
fantastic driver. He's
And
incredible.
Em just squeezed.
So talented. Is that good?
Yeah, no, it was so good. Thanks for you're letting me make fun of you for 2 seconds. Um, so Cam was home this past weekend, and so I was telling him about this, and like you guys know, he follows 0% of motorsports. And he was like, well, like, does Max not race anything else? And I was like, no. And he has expressed interest in wanting to race other series, but I don't know if it's like contractually or just like he doesn't want to spend his off weeks doing it anyways, or he likes the e stuff. I told him he likes e-racing, whatever, iRacing. And so then I was telling him, I'm like, but Cam, like I have to tell you though, like I have this argument in the motorsports world as a whole of like Kyle Larson versus Max Verstappen. And don't ask me how this specific argument came to be. I think it was because Kyle ran the 500 and like really almost won it in his first year if he didn't have that
Right.
drive-through penalty. And people talk about Kyle Larson as being, I was explaining, as being the most talented driver across series. And then you have Max Verstappen, who is the most talented driver in his series, and he is so far and away from the rest of the competition there. And I was trying to explain that like there is this argument, and I said like for someone who really believes that Max Verstappen is the most talented driver in the world, I love that he's finally gone out there this weekend and said, "Hold my beer. I'll take this one."
Yeah.
And endurance racing, and I was explaining to him how different endurance racing is to Formula One as an open wheel series versus, you know, endurance stock. Like it's crazy. So I'm so pumped that he did this and like how iconic.
Incredible. In between his Formula One schedule, he's like, let me just go do this real fast. I'll be right back. I'll meet you guys in Singapore. I got something to do over here at the Nürburgring, you know?
Yeah.
So no, I loved it. And I want to see more of it. I want to see more of it from other drivers. And I'm pretty sure Max expressed interest at some point last year or the year before, but was it was like in his contract that he couldn't because it was a hazard or like it was like a risk to let him. I feel like I remember reading that. Like I think we had a conversation about that. And so now he actually gets to, and I'm kind of I'm loving it. Because now it's like, okay, when he's done with Formula One, is he gonna move to endurance racing? Is he gonna move to something else? Like, it's just like his I love it.
he has said that he's not in it for to break all the records. And he's the type of competitor that I believe once something is no longer fun or competitive for him, he would try something else. We thought that that would just be like sim racing because that's his jam. Like that's genuinely what he loves to do and what he gets in trouble from his Formula One team for doing. And then he went out and raced GT3 and won. And I was like, I feel like he is experimenting for what his career post Formula One is going to be like. And this is like the beginning of like that experiment is kind of how I saw it. He looked so happy. Like, can you remember the last time you saw photos of that looked so happy?
Well, people had posted like side by shot comparisons of him winning this race and him winning his first ever race in Formula One. Identical, except for the fact he's aged a few years. Like
Yeah,
he looked so like Max just loves racing. That's literally all he wants to do at any given time. Doesn't I feel like at this point it doesn't matter what he's racing. He just wants to be in the car. And I love that.
correct.
Anyway. No, so when do we see Kyle Larson and Max Verstappen race each other?
Like, what series do we see it in, right?
Yeah, you know.
Time will tell, I hope.
Well, Kyle Larson, he's raced in IMSA before.
Yeah.
There's an option there. Who knows? I would put my
Yeah,
money on
somehow
like
I think it would be whack.
right. My money would be on like Le Mans or something. Like
Yeah.
1 year, one
But
day
then, to even have the comparison, they'd have to be in the same
series.
category. And so, yeah.
Okay, new plan. They race the same car on a new track or a track that they both know. New plan. New plan. They have to race. They both have to race a Formula One car around whatever track, probably one that Max likes. Then they also have to race an Indy car around Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And then they have to race an endurance car around, I don't know. I don't know track names off the top of my head. And then they also have to do a street circuit in whatever car. You know what? We're gonna throw a NASCAR in there too. We forgot about
I,
NASCAR because that's
I
Kyle's.
was gonna say, Emma, where Kyle Larson is known from, you better throw a NASCAR in
Yes,
there.
NASCAR. We're gonna do NASCAR as well. But the drivers can pick the tracks. But I want to see them race IndyCar, Formula One car, an endurance car, and a NASCAR. Thank you.
My only problem with that is that if you split two and two, there's no resolution. You need to have a fifth.
Oh my God, Hannah.
I also feel
I
like you could
cannot
probably
come up
eliminate
with all the
IndyCar.
ideas, Hannah. You come up
Yeah.
with the fifth.
I think you could probably erase IndyCar out of there because Formula One makes more sense for open wheel racing. If we're doing the pinnacle of each, we do Formula One, endurance, and we do NASCAR.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah. I think we end
I
with
think that's a good plan.
we start with Formula One, second race is NASCAR, they end with endurance.
I would agree.
And then we figure out who is actually the best of the best.
Or if you did four, the tiebreaker would be sim racing in whatever car you wanted, I
I
guess.
don't know because that would be way more at Max's speed. I think he'd just have an advantage.
Well, yeah, I don't know. We're not going to put them on a dirt track because that would be advantage Kyle. So,
Let's put them on a dirt track. Put him in like the car racing, something like that.
Dakar, yeah, yeah.
I want to know how do we make
Or
this
like, yeah, well, we could put them in rally.
rally? All types of racing. Let's just do it.
Anyway,
Let's get the best from each series and put them in the pinnacles of the motorsports. Fuck it. Throw in MotoGP. Get them on a boat. Have them try sailing. See who's actually the best of the best. You know what I mean? This would be great. This would be so good. I don't know why no one's coined this yet.
okay, so let me bring us back.
Don't
No, 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 no.
don't
I'm
share
not
my
gonna, I'm,
dream
I'm not
stuff.
taking anything away from you. I'm just saying this original idea that you've come up with is actually exactly what people talked about 2 years ago during the Olympics when we talked about racing being in the Olympics.
Oh, I forgot about that.
this is exactly what people had talked about when they came up with like the only way to really determine who is the best driver from a field of people that race different series is to race them all and see who's the best from each country. Now, this will never happen because logistically, that's a fucking nightmare. But if it ever was going to happen, we have the formula. So there you go.
They can just take it. I just want to attend and watch. I don't need credit. I don't need money. I would take money, but I also just want to come watch. But you can take the
Yeah.
formula, whoever is the Olympic committee, you guys can take it.
Yeah, they probably would. Um,
Okay.
that's all the racing news that I have. What's up?
I don't really have racing news, but I do. I'm just gonna tell you the conversation I had with Devin and his parents because it is Formula One related. So Devin's parents love Formula One. I probably mentioned on the podcast before. Oh yeah, Devin's dad has listened to an episode, which is terrifying. Um, but we were chatting about how they used to race in Portugal. And during COVID, they did have a race or two in Portugal again because some tracks were closed. Oh, and I would like to say that Devin and his family are Portuguese. So, like, that's why this is important. And he was like, yeah, if they ever come back to the calendar, like, we're going to do a family trip. We're going to go, like, we're going to watch. And I was like, can I come? Like, actually, Devin doesn't need to come because he doesn't even like Formula One. Like, I'll just come. Don't worry about it. But then I went on the good old Google, and searched up this track, and it's in talks to come back to the calendar in 2027, which would actually be so cool because the track looks a lot like the Barcelona track, which is nice because now the Barcelona track is going to be in rotation with I think Spa every other year. I'm pretty sure it was Spa. Um, it's a track that starts with an S. Because now we have Madrid, which is supposed to be on the calendar now, and so Barcelona isn't a full-time permanent track anymore.
I thought it was gone altogether.
I'm pretty sure it's on rotation now. I
Okay.
think that was like just announced within the last week or so,
Okay.
because it is such an iconic track. But the Portuguese track, like the one in Portugal, like looks a lot like it. It's very similar, and apparently a lot of the drivers do like it. And it's all fixed up. They made it all better and good when they did that in like 2020 or 2021. And also MotoGP races there too. So this is now where I'm insane, and this is just going to be for the listeners. But if I go to Portugal in 2027 to watch Formula One, I expect to come home with an engagement ring. I just feel like that would be the perfect place for me to get engaged. Are you kidding me? At a racetrack? My
You and
dad.
I could not be more different. We literally could not be more different.
If we're taking, if he's taking, we're all taking a family trip to Portugal to watch Formula One. He better propose.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I love, I love the place that you're in right now where you are legitimately thinking of engagement. Like, I love this for you so much.
Okay, well, I'm not. I'm really not. But I had that thought when we were like, oh, that would be such a fun little trip to take because then Devin really wants to go to Portugal because
Yeah.
he just wants to go. And I'm like, I want to go watch a race. Best of both worlds. Why don't you just ask me to marry you while we're there?
And when I say that we could not be more different, it's because Cam and I are actually talking right now about getting engaged potentially in the next little bit, which scares the fuck out of me, anyways. And I have very strict instructions of like, I don't care what you do, like, I'll leave that totally up to you. If it's in public, I'll kill myself. So,
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I get that.
yeah.
I
So
think
I don't know if you meant like just go to Portugal and get engaged or if you meant like at the race. But like if you meant at the race, we could not be more different.
I didn't think that far ahead.
Okay. Okay.
I just was like, if we're all going and we're all getting what we want out of this trip, you being a trip to Portugal, me being a race, and we're all happy. Why, makes sense. But I don't, not thinking about the logistics because I'm fucking insane, but I'm not that insane. Um, anyway, I just felt like sharing. Because now I really hope this is true. And then Portugal comes on the calendar for 2027. And if it doesn't, then I'm never getting married.
Which is what you told me when I first met you, that I will never get married. So the
Oh.
fact that we've come this far is, I'm very happy. Not
Um,
that I think that marriage is like the be all end all, but I feel like when you were saying I won't ever get married, you were in a bad place in like your
is it,
love
I'm sorry, what kind of podcast do we have right now? Is this like
life.
a therapy?
Self-help, actually. I think you had just gone through a breakup and you're like, I'm never getting married. And then now it's like you're happy and you're like, ah, fuck it. I'll get engaged. I've been dating the
Unfortunately,
guy for like 6 months. I'm ready.
my dad's gonna listen to this and be like, "Do we need to talk?" Like, what's
Yeah, totally.
I don't think I have any more motorsports news though. I think I hate an off week and I want it. Did you? I'm sorry. Will Power changed his Instagram handle. It used to
To
be
what?
it used to be like Willpower 12 or 12 Willpower, and now it's 26 Willpower.
Oh my God, I hate it.
It's weird, right? Like it's weird.
But I love it for him because it's a new era.
New era, and I love it for
Speaking of, by the time we all chat next week, we will officially be in the life of a showgirl era.
Oh my god, I was so excited. No, I didn't forget. I didn't forget, but I did forget as we were talking about this. But I did book it in my calendar at work. A bunch of us are making bracelets at lunchtime and listening to it on Friday.
I literally 2 nights ago made the life of a showgirl bracelet for myself.
Oh, I'm obsessed with that. I love that. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Next week's episode is going to be so good. We're going to debrief Singapore. We're going to talk about Life of a Showgirl. I can't wait. I'm so excited for next week's episode.
Next week, I also want to,
And
and
are
I'm
you home
gonna do
next week? Oh no, you're not home next week.
no, the weekend after that I am. But next week, I really want to do a deep dive into where we are at in the NASCAR playoffs because I think it's really important that we are aware, because the playoffs in NASCAR are so iconic and so it's so difficult to win. So I wanted to do a deep dive this week. This week was crazy. I will do it next week. Hi, Emma.
I watched some of the Ryder Cup.
Oh my God.
Only some because it was
Okay.
on at Devin's parents' house. And then when I also went home the next day, my dad was watching it. And I will say, I also saw a lot on social media as well. But man, Americans are kind of mean to like everything that was kind of not that is like a not that is a very
No,
blank
no, no.
statement. And I don't mean that in a sense if you're an American, you're listening to this and you're mean, but like the viewers that were in attendance, like watching the golf tournament, they were like really mean and they were
Yeah.
it was just I've never seen that in a like at golf before, like, and I don't really watch golf but I know golf etiquette and that is not it.
Yeah. So I promise you that's not a hot take. Everybody
Okay.
is saying that. It's true because and you've never seen it in golf because A, you don't watch golf, and B, that doesn't happen. That does not happen. Um, Now, when I gave my preview of the Ryder Cup last week, I explained that like it is a more rowdy event. Like it's one of those events where people are chanting and
But
don't tell me breaking up.
no, it's supposed to be fun, not in not that whatever that was.
Yes. Yes. So like it definitely is there is a sense that like the away team is walking into like a different environment where they're gonna get like
Heckled a
heckled, but like
little.
fun heckling. Like it's never to the extent of like and what I've heard on social from like I've listened to golf podcasts, I've watched golf influencers on YouTube and on TikTok this past week, and what they've said, I think they've hit the nail on the head. And Dan Rappaport, who's one of them, he said it's not creative. It's not like your insult is funny or creative or like the players can appreciate the humor that was put into it. There's no humor in fuck you, Rory. There's no humor in spilling a drink on Erica McElroy. And there's no humor in fat jokes for Shane Lowry. But if they like, and the other thing that they've said is that there was way more attention spent on the European players and insulting them than in building up the American players. And as a result, the States, horrible for the first 2 days, horrible. Did they play better on Sunday? Yes, they did. But at that point, it was gone.
Oh, yeah, Europe
And
won.
yeah,
Do
and Team Europe,
they always play in the States or does it rotate too?
so the Ryder Cup is held every 2 years,
Yeah.
and it alternates between America and Europe.
Okay.
So two
So it
years
was
ago it's
on
in Rome.
American soil this time.
This year it's in New York. And then the next in 2 years, it'll be in Ireland, and then it'll be back to the States after that. So
Yeah.
it's just,
Should we
and
go
you
to
do.
Ireland? Let's go to Ireland.
So, well, actually, my dad and I, for years, have been, I mean, like, yeah, we totally could. But for years, we've known that the Ryder Cup in 2029 is coming to Minneapolis, which is obviously very close. And we've, for years, said that's when we're going. And he's like, you're going to have a real job and real money by that point, and we're fucking going. And I'm like, make me a caddy suit, and I'm there, dude. So that's our plan. We're definitely going.
I'm obsessed. I love that.
Yeah.
You have to. You will be going. I
Yes. Oh,
forced
I'm
you
going.
to.
Like, I'm manifesting it. Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. Well, I'm glad to know it's not like a hot take.
No,
Absolutely insane. It was entertaining, like what I did watch, and like kept coming up on social media, probably because it was all like everything was happening. But it was more. I have watched golf before, also, so whatever, but only when it's on. I don't purposely put it on, but I will say it was more entertaining than like a regular golf match. So
it is. Yeah, it is.
I didn't enjoy.
And some of the best, you guys, I'll just like keep beating this drum. Some of the best um episodes of Full Swing on Netflix are from the Ryder Cup. And that's just because of like
Oh,
it captures the essence of the Ryder Cup and what it means to these players. And I will say, yes, I'm Team Europe, but it's so heartwarming to see athletes that play individual sports come together as a team. And you see that with Formula One too. Like when those guys like all get together, like we love that. It's like iconic when you have groups of people that individually are fighting on their own, but they come together as a team. And Team Europe does a really, really good job of it because a lot of them are good buddies outside of golf. Team USA, they have some work to do with their team dynamics, but as a whole, it's just exciting to watch a group of people come together that don't usually play a team sport, and it is like a team atmosphere. And let's face it, you guys, we watch team sports because teams are fun to root for. The more people, the rowdier it is, the more fun it is to watch. And that's what the Ryder Cup captures for golf. So Full Swing episodes, I promise you, the Ryder Cup episodes are really good. This whole next season of Full Swing, you guys, between Rory winning the Masters, the Ryder Cup this year, and everything else that's gone on, Tommy Fleetwood, it's going to be so freaking good. I should get literally paid by Netflix for the promo that I put on for Full Swing.
okay. Let's just dive into hyperfixation.
Rein it in. Hyperfixation.
I opened up that can of worms there. What's your hyperfixation?
Okay, my short answer is Bubs Candy. My long answer is that Bubs Candy is a Swedish candy brand from Sweden. My friend brought that exact brand from Sweden this summer and I tried it and it was so good and I found it at Target. Bubs Candy is my hyperfixation.
Was that your haul that you were doing on Snapchat?
Yes.
I
That's
love
so
that
embarrassing.
you.
You outed me.
Oh, sorry, I did. I can cut that. I will
No,
say
it's
though
okay.
that I love that you use Snapchat close friends to post everything.
Everything about my life.
It's so good.
Everything it goes on my personal Snapchat story. That may be weird seeing that I'm turning 26 next in 2 months, but
It's just where it lives.
it's just where things go. And I get messages all the time about how much people love my hauls. So
I love them. I'll always tap through.
don't tap through what?
When you spend so much time talking at the beginning, I sometimes just want to see what you got.
That's fine. I'm a yapper.
There's some fun
Yapper rat.
in it. My hyperfixation. I have just got back into the Mike Flanagan shows. I'm watching Midnight Mass. They're on Netflix. I'm watching Midnight Mass again. I always watch it. Probably like my seventh rewatch right now. But at the same time, I'm also watching Fall of the House of Usher because I love that one too. And I just love Mike Flanagan and those shows. That's my hyperfixation this time. And sorry, there's a new one. I found a new YouTuber. I wouldn't call it a YouTuber. I would call it a YouTube channel. I think it's CNN. It might not be, but they just post their documentaries on YouTube, like true crime documentaries, but they're like an hour or so long, but they're like old school, and so it's really entertaining to watch. That's my hyperfixations.
I love that for you.
Thank you. I think that's everything.
Yeah, it's time for me to go watch Dancing with the Stars.
Okay, bye bye. Have fun. Oh,
Bye.
wait, we don't end like that. Uh, what the fuck? This has been an off week. Can we imagine if we were like, bye? This is an off week.
Bye.
This
Just
is an
here.
off week recap. Say your part.
Oh my God, I know you're ready for me.
I said this is an off week recap.
We are Track Talk.
Good job.